It's the venue that's had plenty of success, come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're underway from Kansas City. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready?
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10.
Ready.
The first carry here for Ashton Genty. And he has this to the opposing 35.
Coming off that carry, I go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man to rock.
The Raiders first down. A 41-yard gain. And the Las Vegas first
So
down.
the big play moves him well past midfield. Has him set up now at the 35.
Get it.
Thompson Robinson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's second down.
He's stopped at the 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 6.
On the ready.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Air it out on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
48-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
Even if it's not a touchdown, well, you're happy to see the offense produce points in the first trip out there this season. For a kicker, kind of nice to start 1 for 1 as well.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Attack.
Mahomes starting off with a throw. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
Hey, 43. Hey, Sunday.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be
Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Hey, Ripley, Ripley.
Third and long for him here. And downfield, he's got it. It's worthy. This play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and converts on 3rd and 17.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Chiefs first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Pistol now for Mahomes. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Attack, attack! Hey, 43.
Throwing is Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They'll throw, 3rd and long. This throw is going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the results, 4th down coming up.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
And he sends this one straight up. He's trying to stick him deep. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10.
Come on, come on, go!
First play is going to be a give to Jency. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Here we go, here we go!
Another give here to Jency. That's a nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it second down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Ready, set.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2.
Ready.
Throwing now off the play action. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Ready.
They send a man in motion. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That finds Besh, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
First down, Raiders.
Get it. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hut, hut.
Giving this to Genty. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's an early lead for the Raiders. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment.
On the ready.
Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 43.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yellow. Go on, 80. This side. Right side.
Right back to Pacheco. And he's caught after a game of about 2. There's Darian Porter in on the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Hey, 15, 15. All right, 80. 15. Color. Yellow. Right side.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass to far more than a modest gain.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Yellow. I've got blue. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Sparks on.
From the red zone now. Throws caught.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Dave. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 43.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Shaheed now to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Shaheed on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Back to 60, back to 60. Steady.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Caught, nice game left side. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Get it.
Thompson Robinson back to throw. Going left side, Bowers has it. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
And we're still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Arrowhead on the other side. Second down now. They need 7.
Here we go. Set.
Now Thompson Robinson to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jeffrey Bossa. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Hey, we know in this league, takeaways are a big deal, but you get interception and chunk yards with it. That is a gold star effort.
First and 10 from the 32. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
come up on 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Working inside the red zone. He's got it. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Yellow.
Pacheco. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown. The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11.
14. Raiders 3. Harrison Butker to kick off 14.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And off to Genty. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Throw in now. Thompson Robinson. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
70 Ranger. Let's go. Hawk 70. 60 Bobcats.
Back now, pressure coming. Connecting again with Downs. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up 1st and goal. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go now. 60 Bison. Cougar 19. 18, Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 79 Grumps. Buffalo 18.
From the red zone on 1st. And oh, he got it. Interception. motion, now makes the play. And the Chiefs will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know exactly what I don't like there, kid. It's only 1st and goal. You got a couple more plays in your pocket to get in the end zone. Instead, you put the ball in harm's way on your very first crack, and now, well, that defense has an opportunity to bail themselves out exactly what they just did.
Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down.
Yep, yellow. I've got blue, 15. Right side.
Here's Mahomes now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And now they face second down. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Mahomes trying to get here on 2nd and 10. Here's a screen set for Pacheco. And he's tackled for a short gain. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down.
Yellow.
Now a handoff for Pacheco. He'll be brought down just as he gets it up to the 24. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Yellow. Hey, Ripley.
Working now from the gun. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23.
Yellow. Hey, yellow. Go. Right side.
Looking to throw Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
All set to go now from the 35.
Fight on these two.
First down carry for Pacheco. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be second down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Pressure coming from Mahomes. Jump off caught by his back. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80. Strike. Hey, 15. Right side.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. That short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he drives it skyward, hoping to drop this near the goal line. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Genty on the give. He's headed right. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometimes as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried getting that one to Jeff Bench. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
He picks up 15 on the play. That's a Vegas first down. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
He cuts it right. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders start the second half with some needed points. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
Raiders will line up for the
19.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
Well, maybe some second-guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. And they're going to spot the ball to the 35 to begin this drive. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
On Sunday.
To the air, Mahomes. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Chiefs first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Yellow. Hey, yellow.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Attack!
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Caught by his back. Caught behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady.
Third and long for him here. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Chiefs football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And they could really use a good one here. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10.
Ready!
Shotgun give here to JT. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Gonna lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Panther 50, Panther 50. Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
DTR looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. They gain 11 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give the quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 now from the 46. Here's Thompson Robinson. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Cowboy 80.
Back to throw, Thompson Robinson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarring loose, incomplete. Couldn't find Jack Besh on that throw. And that takes them to third down.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Looking to throw. He's got it, complete to Downs. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play, down to the 19. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's a Vegas first down.
Las Vegas first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go. 75.
From the red zone now. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Jeffrey Bossa. And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. Yeah. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 38-yard line.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We might more Power Ranger. Mine also dangerous. Y'all talk outrageous. Don't touch the benches. Got that touch my savior. Keep it on touch with my head. Never can't hear it no more. Stand into the
Yellow.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Back to the line they come, 2nd down.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
I don't need to. Hey, 50 seconds. Go, Lou, 80. Hey, 15. Hero, 15. Yellow. Right side.
He'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. He fields this at the 18. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Raiders facing a 5-point deficit. First and 10 from the 32. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run.
60 Vikings.
He'll look to throw it. This one falls incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, now that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. The incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
The incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. This is caught. That's Bowers working downfield. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders have taken the lead late. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
The extra point wouldn't do much for them, so they're going to go for 2 and try to make this a field goal game.
The Raiders will line up for the two-point conversion.
Past the 60. Timberwolves.
Caught at the 1. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. begins with a run by Pacheco. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12.
15.
Setting up to pass. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Yellow. On the line, right? Hey, 57 color. Right side. 43. Right side.
To throw. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down.
Yellow. On the line, 57. Right side.
Desperation time here. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Go!
Here's Genty running right. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Back to Genty. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
One after from Carlson is up and good. And the Raiders make it a 10-point ball game.
Chiefs 14.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go, little lady!
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Now it's Mahomes. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Yellow! Yellow! 15. Hey, dribble it! Attack, attack!
Here he is to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest.
Come back! Yellow!
One final shot here. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. The Raiders winners, as we say so long from Kansas City.